Hey, how you doing? This is Adam Post, publisher of more than 1,000 comic books and marketing expert covering Hallmark. Hallmark submits to the woke agenda and destroys itself. Let's get into the story. Before we do, please be sure you are subscribed to the channel. Click the bell for notifications. Give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate you guys. Coming from National Review, Hallmark's diversity is not its strength. From MSNBC, in a year of anti-LGBT backlash, Hallmark's Christmas movies are a welcome sign of progress. Conservatives are so dismayed that they've started a new network. Yes, because woke things tend to infect just about everything, and now they've ruined the Hallmark brand of creating traditional movies, especially traditional Christmas movies. Here's the person that ruined Hallmark. From The Hollywood Reporter, how Hallmark's new CEO is harnessing the iconic brand to better reflect society. Wonya Lucas, who joined in August 2020, wants to mirror Hallmark's success of niche greeting card brands as she strives to fully embrace inclusivity and culture. So just like they did with Marvel Comics, if you do a few diverse titles to please people who want to see more diverse this and more diverse that, you need to replace everything else with content that does not appeal to everybody, but only appeals to the progressive agenda that wipes the slate clean of all tradition and history. From the Los Angeles Times, Hallmark media chief Wonya Lucas, praised for expanding diversity, steps down. She was there for about 3 years. She did as much damage as she can do and then went to move on. No, literally, she actually did say that. From the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, Wonya Lucas on leaving Hallmark. I've done all the things I set out to do. And she's still on their board of directors. Hallmark is ruined. It's not getting fixed anytime soon. From the Daily Signal, Hallmark leans into LGBT content, vows more inclusion in 2024. And they are not happy at the Los Angeles Times. Commentary, a new TV network wants to make Christmas great again. Why its message is a harmful one. The message for the new network is that it's okay to make traditional Christmas movies and have normal family content. Not everything has to be woke LGBT diverse agenda stuff. That's what these guys are actually doing. The person who started this network is Bill Abbott, the former CEO of Hallmark, the guy who built Hallmark into a success after the woke agenda took over. And they put in their new CEO to increase their diverse agenda, whatever it was they were doing. He created a normal, traditional American competitor to Hallmark, his old company. Multiple stars from Hallmark left to join him at the new company. From Parade, the complete list of Hallmark Channel stars who've moved to Great American Family. And it's now a success. From Variety, and this is present day, Great American Family's TV rise. CEO Bill Abbott on Candace Cameron Bure's backlash and why his network is for all people. Because as always, as normal and conservative people know, things are done thematically. It's not based on what you look like or what your gender is or what your sexual preference is. If you make a good story with good characters, it doesn't matter what color they are. And another story covering their success, the Washington Times. Faith, hometown values fuel rise of Great American Family cable network. Fast-growing cable channel also offers streaming programs after PureFlix merger. And from People magazine, Great American Family reveals full 2023 holiday slate of stars appearing across 20 Christmas movies. 20 Christmas movies. This thing just basically started up a couple of years ago. All of this while Hallmark crashes and burns. From National Review, Hallmark's diversity is not its strength. The network's turn away from tried and true family-friendly fare will alienate its traditional fan base. Hallmark, the channel that has mastered the art of the feel-good Christmas movie, isn't known for its diversity. Plots usually center on the big city girl who moves back home only to discover that the once nerdy boy next door is hot, or the estranged siblings who uncover a heartwarming family secret, or the stiletto-heeled career woman who discovers the reason for the season. There are always baked goods and fake snow and beautiful cookie-cutter actors who were so obviously made for Hallmark it's almost ridiculous. Stereotypes abound over at Hallmark. Recycled actors and reusable plot lines haven't stopped us rom-com saps from watching the channel, even though we know what to expect every time the classic Christmassy cursive flashes across a title screen. During the week of November 22nd, Hallmark was the second most watched channel across all of cable in prime time, according to Forbes. Feel Good Entertainment has a massive audience. And as the network's executive vice president, Lisa Hamilton Daly, has said, Hallmark's mission is to exemplify a purpose-driven life of love, emotion, and family. For years, Hallmark has seen no need to produce varied or terribly original content. Its audience has been happy with the same old lovey films. In 2020, though, Hallmark began a pivot toward more diverse movie offerings, in part because of backlash to a decision by Bill Abbott, the network's former CEO, now CEO of Great American Family, their #1 competitor, to pull advertisements that featured same-sex couples. The ads were restored days later, but Hallmark has been playing catch-up since. Wanya Lucas replaced Abbott in 2020 and began a crusade to begin more inclusive storylines, to expand its movie selection and to help consumers, quote, see themselves in the love story, because you have to see yourself. You can't understand the theme. You're too dumb to see yourself in a situation unless the person looks literally exactly like you, your clone in that situation. You can't comprehend two human beings getting together and something happening between them. That's the diversity argument, which is, of course, ridiculous. Hallmark has now released movies that incorporate LGBT characters and wider religious representation. So you don't want to just have Christmas stories. That would be totally inappropriate for a channel that's made its success on Christmas stories. This year, the channel plans to release its most diverse movies yet. Hallmark will feature more queer-forward movies in the coming years, Daly told The Wrap, and two of the network's 2023 films, Christmas on Cherry Lane and Friends and Family Christmas, both have queer characters. The former tells the story of three couples, one gay and two straight, who each celebrate the holidays at the same house on Cherry Lane, and the latter showcases a lesbian love story in which two friends fake date only to develop real feelings for each other. Both of these plot lines are familiar to Hallmark fans. Who doesn't know and love the familiar friends to lovers story? As in Hallmark's typical straight couple movies, the actors still wear preppy clothing, flit through kitschy winter settings, and exude small-town vibes. Characters still play to traditional gender roles and put an emphasis on the family. For all the fuss Hallmark made about diversity, you would think gay representation would require more from the Hallmark verse than just swapping out straight characters with gay ones. However, viewers don't necessarily want to be confronted with pressing questions about gender and sexuality when they watch a Hallmark movie. The point of these movies was never their complexities or relatability. Viewers just wanted to mindlessly watch the unrealistic stories of holiday models who fall in love over cocoa at ski chalets or share glances under the mistletoe at a failing small business that they helped to save. Ironically, Hallmark's counterculture feature was its dedication to the traditional family model. Without that, fans are left only with shoddy scripts and predictable endings. Round and Round is a new Hanukkah movie Hallmark released this year. The film follows Rachel, an editor at a book publishing company who gets stuck in a time loop a la Groundhog Day on the seventh night of Hanukkah. Rachel figures out what she needs to do to escape the loop, to follow her dreams and fall in love with the nice Jewish boy her grandma set her up with. From the grandma matchmaker to the Jewish deli called Goldberg's to casual drops of chutzpah in conversation, Hallmark tried to cram as many stereotyped Jewish references into the film as possible. As if that wasn't inclusive enough, Rachel's sister was a pregnant lesbian married to another lesbian who had one child already. They were simply background characters, but as Hallmark commits itself further to diversity, it'll have to answer certain questions. How, for example, should a network whose success derives from its support for the nuclear family explain the details of in vitro fertilization or surrogacy? Hallmark's business model was solid and stood out in a crowded entertainment landscape. The channel was one of the last to promote traditional family values and feel-good stories in an industry that produces almost exclusively salacious or edgy content. Abandoning that mission isn't likely to win Hallmark any new viewers and may well cost it its loyal fans. The people that take over and corrupt these traditional value entertainment companies know well what they're doing. They move into what the normal models are for characters and stories, and then they continue to evolve them until they are completely unrecognizable from what people expect. And then the assumption is As long as all the other companies are doing this, you have nowhere else to go. So if you want to watch a holiday movie, you're stuck with what Hallmark tells you is an appropriate family model, which they will tell you very soon can be just about anything, and that anything that came before is absolutely wrong and is some kind of crime against humanity. But they still have to deal with competitors like Great American Family. From Variety, Great American Family's TV rise, CEO Bill Abbott on Candace Cameron Bure's backlash, and why his network is for all people. Great American Family's biggest time of the year is here. The network, run by former Hallmark CEO Bill Abbott, is leaning into the holiday season big time after seeing a year of massive growth. You see the massive growth, you see that people want it. The Hallmark people could care less. They're not interested in the money, they're interested in the agenda. According to the year-over-year data, GAF is up 150% in total viewers in 2023 compared to just the year before in 2022, and the success can be credited to multiple factors. But one of the biggest parts of our growth has been our talent, and the fact that we have such recognizable stars in our stable of talent, and that they are relentless in promoting Great American Family, he says. That in and of itself has created the awareness necessary to grow like we have. Talent can be a very big pull for content. These are the established stars who left Hallmark to be part of Great American Family. A lot of these people are very faith-dedicated people. They want to see traditional and normal things in American society, so they are pushing for it. They are part of it, and they realize, because it's very accurate, if this push does not happen, then this material will not exist. They're either part of the solution or they're going to watch this die, because the woke diversity, equity, and inclusion people are relentless. They will continue to push. People may not be asking for it, but they need to erase what came before for whatever it is they plan on pushing next. And whatever it is, it's going to be much worse than whatever it was they did before. The list of talent goes on, and ultimately the big one was Candace Cameron Bure. Having her profile, the popularity she has, and the impact of social media, all of those things are huge, says Abbott. Of course, that also came with criticism aimed at the network after Bure stated that the network wouldn't be featuring same-sex couples, but instead focus on traditional marriage. If not for people like the Great American Family people, we would see traditional values completely disappear, at least in entertainment content, which is a big deal. People sit with their families, people take a break, they want to sit down and watch something. If the content isn't there, because that slot has been conquered by people pushing their woke agenda, they're not going to see it. Slowly but surely, it continues to fade out. Great American Family is setting a great example that you can and should support the things that you want to see in the future, because literally everything is under attack now, unless it's pushing a woke agenda. Let me know what you think of all this in the comments below. Always love to see your ideas. Please be sure you are subscribed to the channel. Click the bell for notifications, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you again soon with another video. And if I don't see you, I will miss you.